Hello, my name is Juana Gallegos, and today I will be presenting instructional strategies to use with adaptation and accommodations for your students, and I will be focusing on 3 strategies. So the first one, in order to check for understanding for students, a great strategy would be using the 3-2-1 strategy. So basically, this strategy creates opportunities for students to summarize a text or a concept. It could be used within reading, math, or even science subjects. This strategy requires students to focus only on the major elements of a text, and it allows them to decide what is important to them. So like I said, the idea is to summarize some key ideas and allow them to rethink them in order to focus on those that one was most intrigued by. And then they would also pose questions and that they can review afterwards and to just elaborate their understanding if they're still uncertain of a few things. With this strategy, the modifications that will have to make or adaptations is that it is best if the teacher first models that activity, because sometimes when you ask them for a certain amount of things, students may be confused. Like an example here, I have a little worksheet that it first says 3 things I learned, and then 2 interesting facts, and then 1 that I still have a question. It's just further just to model it, just to make sure that the students understand how to elaborate summarize their thoughts, and then they can further put it in their worksheet. Implementing this strategy would, like I said, maybe it would be best to give this strategy a day after the lesson, just to create that opportunity for them to summarize and remember their previous knowledge. Or if you see that the students are still struggling the same day of the lesson, you could use it after that lesson on that same day, just to make sure that they are understanding the lesson. Provide visuals is a good important strategy to adapt the students. Sometimes, like I said, they will forget or they need more support. So providing visuals of the particular lesson, not all of it, maybe just a few hints here and there, just for them to remember certain important things. And obviously giving them a physical worksheet just to organize their ideas, and it would look something like this. Following the next strategy within helping students with their memory, it's a great strategy called sight word chants, and it could be used within earlier grades like kinder, first and second grades. I've seen students in this grade level have difficulty with learning their sight words. So by learning their sight words while chanting and having movement will definitely help them be more cooperative in their learning. It will help them with their spelling, and it's definitely a fun activity for them to do, and it obviously helps the students remember. And like I said, it provides movement, so they'll be more engaged, and it's a great brain break to do. In this image here, you can see a few examples of what type of movements the students can do. So the first one could be a sweat it out, so they do jumpy jacks, they could do sit-ups, they could do other types of exercise. And then the fishy face, where they stick their cheeks in and makes a fishy face, and it's kind of silly, but they'll probably help them remember the sight words. And the chalk talk and the bubble. So those are great examples of movements they could do to further help them remember the sight word chants. And then obviously implementing this would be to give them a video, just for them to also have more movement within the rhythm. I'm going to show you super quick a quick sight word example of how that would be looked. Let me see. I'm just going to skip it.
And
So basically, if you also notice in the video that they do a lot of repetition, so that's also very important when you implement the sight word chants. It's a lot of repetition. Remember also that those certain movements that you make with the sight word, that they're the same, because sometimes I notice that when I do a movement with a song, we sometimes change the choreography of the movement. So it's also really important, if you're going to make a movement with a sight word, do the same movement so the student remembers the movement and the sight word chant. And then the last strategy It's a really interesting one, and I think any grade level, even adults, would benefit from this, and it's called the jigsaw sharing. So jigsaw sharing is a cooperative strategy that enables each student to focus on one topic and then go to groups, and each student will explain their different topic. So this would definitely improve students' comprehension, and then it encourages to be cooperative in their learning. And also it improves definitely in their listening, communication, and problem solving skills. So within this strategy, it is very important that teachers obviously make a lot of accommodations and adaptations for the students. So as you can see here, this is an example of what the first whole group would look like. And you would separate students by group. And I would suggest that when you separate the students, you would clearly make them into a color-coded team. So you can even give them a little piece of paper with their assigned color, just for them to remember what color they are and what group they're in. And then, as you can see here, first they will talk about a certain different topic. Each group has a different topic, and then each member of each group will be separated and then be created as a whole, as to talk about what they learned in their whole group. This is an amazing strategy that students will encourage them to learn their certain topic, and then encourage them to communicate and share it to their fellow classmates. And like I said, adaptations would be creating visuals for the students, color coding everything, just making sure that they understand the topic. Start with easy topics that the student will be comfortable explaining, and then make topics that are obviously interesting for them to also learn about. And other than that, those are all my strategies, and thank you so much for listening.